General Hyten, thank you for your appearance today. I would associate myself with the comments about the threats we face that Senator Inhofe said, or our nuclear deterrent forces of Senator Fisher, but I think we all know this hearing would not be nearly so widely covered. In fact, it would have happened weeks ago and you'd already be confirmed if it wasn't for the nature of the allegations against you. So on those, I want to associate myself with Secretary Wilson, former Secretary Wilson, who has resigned from the administration and returned to the Academy, who is under no compunction to appear here today, and Senator McSally, who recognized that sexual assault and sexual harassment, sexual misconduct of any kind have no place in our military. But the facts do matter, and we should judge every case on its facts. This committee has spent dozens of hours, weeks really, reviewing your case. And as Senator Hirono said, there has been no corroborating evidence of the allegations against you. As Secretary Wilson said, you have been falsely accused. So I just want to touch on a few of these details that I know are in your personal knowledge. As the Commander of Strategic Command, you are in the nuclear chain of command, correct?
Yes, Senator, I am.
If Russia decided to go for the jugular and launch an all-out nuclear strike on the United States, how long from the time you warned the President of the United States of that strike to his decision to launch or lose our missiles would the President have?
In the worst case, it's a small number of minutes. In most cases, though, the President has a significant period of time. However, because the worst case is only a small number of minutes, we have to be connected all the time.
Minutes, not hours, to be sure.
Minutes.
So at no time can you be off the grid?
I cannot be off the grid.
In fact, I bet that you are prepared at this very moment in this hearing to step out to advise the President on just such a contingency. Is that right?
If something happened, my communications team is right there with the communications I have to have, and I would step out and get on the phone.
So you are guarded and attended to by your security detail and communications detail 24 hours a day?
Unless I'm on leave.
In which case you have signed that authority over to another person?
I delegate that authority. It's called the Vol 4 authority to my deputy commander.
As Secretary Wilson said, your details were interviewed in the process of this investigation. Are you aware of them giving any corroborating testimony to your accuser's allegations?
No, I read all their testimony. I only got a copy of the investigation a week ago, so I've only had a chance to go through it once. But every member of the security detail that was interviewed saw nothing like that.
Second, as the Commander of Strategic Command, you are a pretty juicy target for cyber attack and for hacking by countries like China and Russia. Do you have a phone besides a government cell phone?
I do not have anything besides a government cell phone.
Was that cell phone searched as a part of this investigation?
It was searched.
To your knowledge, did it include any corroborating evidence of the accusations against you?
None.
Third, there have been some who have claimed the Air Force mishandled this investigation, that you should have been temporarily removed from your job or had your security clearance temporarily revoked. Would you temporarily remove from their job or revoke the security clearance of any subordinate who was accused of misconduct with no corroborating evidence in their interim?
So there's a two-part answer to that question. Number one, I would not take any action unless the information was corroborated, because I think that presumes guilt. But I would take action to remove an individual if they're in the same office space temporarily until we got to that point.
Okay. The nature of the sexual misconduct allegations against you have been widely reported in the media. I won't rehearse them. Has your accuser ever accused you of other kinds of non-sexual misconduct?
Yes, sir.
What was the nature of those accusations?
Since she was relieved against my command and me before this investigation, I think there were 34 different accusations, 24 against my chief of staff, 6 against me, 2 against my deputy commander, 2 against the investigating officer of the investigation.
Were any of those accusations of a non-sexual nature against you or others in your command corroborated or substantiated?
None were substantiated.
Thank you. My time is almost up. I'll just say again, I want to commend, in particular, Senator Inhofe, Senator Reid, for the way they've conducted this review. We have, as I said, spent dozens of hours, weeks really, reviewing the 1,400-page report. hearing for hours from your accuser and General Hyten, yet there is zero corroborating evidence of these accusations, as Senator Hirono acknowledged. In fact, every bit of evidence, just some of which we've touched upon today, more of which I hope will be released soon in a redacted fashion as appropriate, tends to credit your denials. And I think it's very important that we confirm you, because I think you'll be great for the job, but I think it's also very important that we maintain the basic American standard that the facts do matter. And when someone faces an accusation, whether it's General Hyten or the thousands of Lieutenant and Sergeant Hytens out there who are watching this hearing today, they understand that the facts do matter.